Would you watch a Nollywood movie that intentionally highlighted a lot about the ills of the country in recent days? Let's see what I have to say. The movie is Crossroads. It's a 2025 Nollywood movie on Prime Video. The cast, quite interesting. The plot, let's go into it. There is a robbery and it has to be solved by the police. The problem is the factors surrounding the robbery. The victim, the wife of a commissioner. The person to solve the robbery case is actually a couple of hours to retirement. Now, the person taking over the robbery, the station when he goes into retirement is quite interesting as a character. The suspect also a lot of story to tell about them. Now let's go further into it. Each suspect brought in ills of the society, into the story, the plot of the movie, and it made so much sense. It was smartly done by the producer and his team, and I like that. You saw cases of one chance, which is a very serious issue going on in the country. We have the oil issues that have been, happening for quite a long time in the South region. We also had the cases of strike and wrong arrests here and there, and wrong treatment of detainees in police custody. Real issues going on there. Things I really like about the movie. I mean, I like the attention to details from the police standpoint. They really did this good job trying to portray what a real police is supposed to do when cases come up. The gathering of information and all of that. However, we had some conflict of interest here. This lady here is conflicting with him because for some reason she seems like she had an ulterior motive, even if she was the one taking over his own station when he goes into retirement in a couple of hours. Now that place really got me all confused. Why were they conflicting? Because in the end, it really seemed like they were just working to achieve the same thing. For the first suspect, again, their story did not end well. Let us state it clear. It didn't end well. The story just abruptly stopped, and it didn't make any sense. For the guy in, not this guy, the guy in the top right corner there, he claimed he went to Ghana and all of that, and later on also he had a deal with some diamonds, and it felt so shady, but they didn't talk about it. Like it didn't finish up. And what really happened with this particular character that seemed to be popping out from his story, the Ghana traveled guy, and Hassan's story also. The guy popped up in two of their stories, and they didn't bring him in for questioning. He was supposed to be a person of interest in this case, but for some reason he was not called up. I didn't really understand that part. And like I said, the story just cliffhanging everywhere. I think for me the best end of the suspect story was actually the guy that had that came from the south, because I mean he ended up unalived in prison because of his injury that was unattended to. And it didn't make sense because they had a dispensary. So these are the points I'm saying that didn't really add up. But it happens. These are things that really happen. Okay, it happens. So possibly they wanted to make it as real as possible. Like these are stuff that happen in the current Nigerian police system. I would never know. But it was like, there was a dispensary. This guy was attended to in the dispensary even after being tased for a couple of times, and all of that. So why did his own change? Now, on our part, again, that was really a sad one, is immediately she was coming in, there was a detainee that was alleged that has a case, and she immediately moved the guy to jail without any prosecution or whatever, straight to jail. And RMD has been trying his best to investigate the case fully to make sure that the guy was properly convicted, not wrongfully convicted. So she did that, and it didn't make it. She gave the order anyway. It didn't make any sense. As regarding the whole story also, the ending, it didn't really sit the way he wanted it to sit. That is the truth. I mean, the ending. In a nutshell, the concept, I believe, of the movie was the police system. The highlight or the emphasis on the police system, and putting them in a very beautiful light as against the comical role that they always put them in and make them look like unserious people. I really enjoyed that. We saw good policing here, even if a lot of glitches here and there. Saw kind of a good policing. If I'm to rate the movie in overall, I'll give it a 6. The reason why I give it a 6 is because we have, like I said, certain things that made the movie nice. The police in general, nice, nice, intentions. The introduction of cases that are going on in the country, major issues, very, very beautiful. Cinematography, not bad, not really bad. Storytelling, man, you guys, they failed on storytelling. I promise you, they didn't do a good job on storytelling because ah, it's like solving a puzzle and you didn't get the whole puzzle after your time was up. That is what it felt like watching the movie. Again, like I asked, will you watch the movie? Because to be honest, it's something you would enjoy. You would enjoy it. Then, if you go into critical analysis, you will like, it's not nice. But again, the cast tried their best to do their job, making it a very interesting movie. I recommend it for homely view. Watch it on the weekends with your family. It's a very nice one. Okay, and I told you 6/10 for me. Would you watch the movie? Let me hear your comments. If you've watched it, tell them to watch it. And if you haven't watched it, it's a recommendation. Go and watch it and tell me what you think about the movie. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And again, we move to the next review.